Hi everyone. The Netflix documentary I chose to watch was Trainwreck Poop Cruise, and this documentary detailed the 2013 Carnival Triumph cruise as it underwent severe problems causing hazardous and disgusting living conditions, leaving over 4,000 passengers stranded at sea without adequate resources, proper sanitation, food, electricity, etc. The documentary used video evidence as well as passenger interviews to kind of show and tell what exactly happened on this cruise, and the documentary highlighted cause and effect that shows what can occur due to corporate negligence and lack of preparation. In order to show the living conditions of the passengers, the documentary used real experiences, which one of them was from these three women that were there for a bachelorette party, and their names are Kaylin, Ashley, and Jamie. And then they used another interview with this father and daughter duo named Larry and Rebecca. The horrible conditions, a little bit of context on the day was the cruise was like seemingly normal on the first and 2 days, like everyone was having fun. But on day three, there was actually a fire that broke out. And although it looked fine to be contained, what they didn't know is that there was fire that burned through connecting cables, which destroyed any of the electricity, which destroyed the power, sewage lines, and also as well as ruin their food storage. And this would severely ruin like their living conditions, making it very primitive. Like they couldn't use the toilets, like it was too hot in the room, so they had to like move their mattresses outside just because it was way too hot in there. And sewage spillage, I put a little bit of like photos from the documentary to kind of show like what they had. And on day five, after the cruise ship was like supposed to dock back in Mexico, because the ship was only supposed to be a 4-day vacation, but it got extended to six due to the catastrophe. Um, they were supposed to dock in Mexico, but land was, let alone Mexico, was nowhere to be found. And the ship was still floating in the middle of the ocean with about 4,000 passengers on board. There was awful weather conditions, even causing the boat to potentially tip over and leading all the sewage to spill and flood into the floors. Like, for instance, everything overflowed into the floors. Um, and it just kept overflowing. It started dripping like it was raining. So like the sewage was actually spilling on passengers, and you can imagine like that just sounds horrible. But that showed like really employed pathos because of how like no one would want to be in that situation. And I can't even imagine like what they had to go through. And statistics wise, like this documentary effectively employed logos, like using like statistics and such, like in this interview with Frank Spagnoletti. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Of revealing a pattern of nine different incidences where in just 2 years, like there was nine incidences similar. Like there could have been nine potential other ships that had the same outcome. And it really showed like this was something that shouldn't be happening nine different times and that like the companies like should be doing a better job at like having that number be lower. And I guess showing that statistics that happened other times, like it shows that there should be more precautions to like not allow this to happen. And then just a little bit of a Q&A. Um, I showed a couple questions that could be answered throughout this presentation. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to read them off, but I thought they were very important, like to take away from this presentation. So I included them. And these are my references that I used. I did APA format. And thank you. Thank you for listening to our presentation.